Guys, welcome back to the Strong Dad Show. Now, I want you to picture a 7-year-old boy. He's full of energy. He's a bundle of chaotic, joyful power. He wants to run, to jump, to climb. He wants to wrestle everything that he can. His mind is curious. It wants to take things apart. It wants to see how things work. He's a physical, kinetic being. He learns by doing, by touching, by experiencing. You might think that I'm describing you, but I'm not, okay? Bear with me. Now take that boy, that bundle of chaotic, joyful power. Take that curious boy and put him in a small chair in a sterile room and tell him that for the next 8 hours, the most important thing that he can do is sit still and be quiet. Tell him that his natural instincts to move and explore are a problem. Tell him that his worth will be measured not by his courage, not by his creativity or his strength, but by his ability to memorize facts and regurgitate the information to get them right on a test. And then do this for 12 years. And what do you think you're going to have at the end of it? You won't have a man. You'll likely have a compliant employee. You'll have a man who has been systematically disconnected from his own nature. You'll have a man who's been taught that his instincts are wrong and that the path to success is to seek permission and approval from an authority figure. Today we're talking about something controversial. We're talking about the modern education system and how it is failing our boys on an epic scale. And we're talking about the essential lifelong process of unschooling yourself to reclaim the man you were meant to be. Now, let's be outrageous for a start. And let's also be honest. The school system, as it currently exists, was never designed to create sovereign, powerful, free-thinking men. It was designed during the Industrial Revolution with one primary goal: to create a compliant workforce for the factories. It was designed to teach people to show up on time, to follow instructions, to do repetitive tasks, and to not question authority. And it is frighteningly, remarkably effective at doing just that. Think about the core lessons that school drills into you, the core lessons that you learn day after day from the age of, 3 in Wales. Lesson 1, that failure is bad. A red F on a paper is a mark of shame. It's the worst possible outcome. So you learn to stop taking risks. You only raise your hand if you're sure you know the answer. You choose the easiest project because you're guaranteed a good grade. You learn to play it safe, basically. Lesson 2. You learn that your body is a nuisance. Your natural urge to move is a problem to be managed. You're told to sit still. Boys who can't sit still are often medicated for it. You learn that your physical self is just a meat vehicle for carrying your brain from one classroom to the next. Your intellect is praised, while your physicality is suppressed. Lesson 3. Seeking external validation. The measure of your worth is the grade that your teacher gives you. It's the gold star, it's the honor roll, it's the star of the week. You'll learn that your value is not intrinsic. It is something that is bestowed upon you by someone else in a position of authority. And lesson 4 that you learn, you've got to wait for permission. You don't speak until you're spoken to. Raise your hand and wait to be called on. Follow the curriculum. Don't deviate from the plan. You learn that your own curiosity and initiative are secondary to the established structure of the educational system. Now, is it any wonder that we end up with a generation of men who are terrified of failure, disconnected from their bodies, desperate for approval from their bosses and their partners, and who are hesitant to take bold, decisive action in their own lives? We've been expertly schooled out of our own masculine nature. So, if you want to become the strong, confident man and father that you were meant to be, you have to begin the process of unschooling. You have to consciously identify and unlearn these toxic lessons. First, you must unlearn the fear of failure. You have to reframe failure not as an indictment of your own worth, but as essential data. As we say, we don't fail, we just learn. It is the only way that you're truly going to learn and grow. So how are we going to do this? You start seeking out controlled failure. You go to the gym and lift a weight that is so heavy you might not get it. And if you don't, it doesn't matter. You take on a project at work that stretches your abilities. You start a new hobby of something that you're terrible at. You have to intentionally put yourself in situations where failure is a possibility, and then learn to greet it as a teacher and not a judge. Second, you must reclaim your physicality. You have to unlearn the lesson that your body is just a brain taxi. Your body is the source of your energy, your confidence, and your presence. You must do hard physical things, lift heavy weights, go for a run in the cold, take a martial arts class, re-establish the connection between your mind and your muscles. When you feel physically powerful, it changes the way that you carry yourself in every other area of your life. And third, you must develop an internal scorecard. You have to unlearn the addiction to external validation. The only grade that matters at the end of the day is the one that you give yourself. And that grade should be based on a simple question. Did I live in accordance with my values today? Did I keep the promises I made to myself? Did I act with integrity even when no one was watching? You have to become your own judge, and you have to be a fair and just one. And finally, you must practice taking initiative. You have to unlearn the habit of waiting for permission. Start with small things. Make a decision about what your family is having for dinner instead of entering into a 20-minute negotiation with your wife. Plan a weekend activity without asking for a committee vote on it. At work, don't just identify problems, propose solutions. Start acting like the leader of your own life, not just a passenger waiting for instructions. Now, this process of unschooling is not easy. It's a lifelong journey, which is what makes it fun. It's that constant improvement every day. But understand that it's the most important work that you can do. It's the work of taking the compliant, domesticated boy that school created and forging him into the strong, sovereign man that your family and the world desperately needs. Another short episode, but I just wanted to thank you for tuning in to the Strong Dad Show. And I want you to remember that your challenge this week is to pick one area of unschooling. Seek a small failure, do something hard with your body. Make one decision based purely on your own internal scorecard. Take one small action without asking for permission. Just begin the work. And remember, the traditional school system for you might be over, but your real education has just begun. Until next time.